Hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Dreaming. On this video, we're continuing on with the yellow theme, but yesterday we did yellow with farmhouse, and I'll show you what we made because everything turned out adorable, and I'm going to be putting it in some upcoming blessing boxes. But so yesterday we did farm. Today we're doing bee themed with yellow, and oh my gosh, this stuff is so cute. I can't wait to show you this goof I made and how I fixed it. Okay, so yesterday we made this cute little farmhouse themed tea towel that says "Don't go breaking my heart," and on the other side it says "Rise and shine." And then we made this one, which I think turned out adorable. Also, it says "Farm to Table." And then we also made these rolling pins. And this one says "Home is where the herd is." And these came from Goodwill. They were just a couple of dollars. I painted the handles yellow, and I put a little tie with a bow through the hole on the end of this one. And I think it's adorable. How could I have hot glue on there? Who knows? Okay, and then this is the other one. There was a big consensus. I asked you guys, should I paint the handles black or leave them as they were? And so many of you guys said paint them black. So that's what I did this morning. I painted the handles black, and this says "Farm to Table," and then it has a big wired ribbon buffalo check bow. And I think it turned out pretty cute. Those are going in blessing boxes too. And then I made this little sit about doodad, whatever you want to call it, which was just one of those little chunky pieces of wood from Dollar Tree. And if you look close on this side, you can see that I did the first layer of this rooster. This is from I think it's from the Farmhouse 12-pack stencil set in white. And then when that was dry, I layered over the top of it with black. And then on this side, I did "Life is Better." Oh gosh, there's glue strings everywhere. "Life is better on the farm." And then we made this little tassel. I did after the fact. And I put a little band of just black and white ribbon around the edges just to dress it up. This would be super cute in like a two-tiered stand kind of theme. So we made that. And today we're gonna do this yellow apron. We're gonna do a fun tea towel. And then we're gonna do some of these oven mitts. And the one on this side, which you have to wait, I'll show you. I had a blob that I got on it, and I did the cutest little fix. So anyways, I'm excited to show you that. Okay, let me find myself here and drop my links real quick. Okay. I'm gonna pin, if I can. Yeah, okay, I pinned the links to all of the Magnolia stencils in alphabetical order and to all of the inks at the bottom of the page, and you'll see a little bee and then a yellow heart and then another little bee and then a yellow heart. And yeah, so on this yellow apron, I thought, since we're doing a bee theme, that it would be fun to have this big bee from the Queen Bee stencil set, which obviously I like this set. I've used it a lot. It doesn't look so great, but it still works perfectly. So I thought we would just use that. I'm debating on the crown. I can't decide. What do you guys think? Should I put the bee with the crown at the top, or should I skip the crown altogether? I don't know. I kind of think I'm gonna skip the crown in case, you know, a man would want to wear this. I don't know if that crown would be a put off or not. Anyways, so we're using ink from Magnolia, and this is a stencil from Magnolia. It's a really good one. Love this one. And Oh shoot, I hate it when that happens. But if you just go slow, you'll be able to pull it apart. Oh my word. I'm just making a bigger mess than before. Let me step off camera for just a second and put part of this on the side of my table so I can unstick my stencil mess. Normally, if you're gentle, it won't destroy your stencil. It just is a pain. And even people who stencil all the time sometimes have that happen. Oops. Okay, so I am just going to be laying my bee on here, and I want to figure out how I want to place it. So I obviously want it to be straight, and I also want it to be in the center. So I'm going to look and see. Doesn't look like I have it centered. It's to come up and over just a smidge. Sometimes you just have to do these by feel. Now, there is a surprise on this apron that I will show you after I get, okay, that's good enough. After I get the bee on the top finished. All right? So, looking to see where everything is. And I need some paper towels to go underneath this so that I don't stencil a bee on my craft desk. Okay. And I'm just gonna take some Magnolia black ink. Can you guys believe that I got my stencil all stuck to itself in front of you? How embarrassing. Okay, so when you are stenciling on fabric using ink, there's a couple things that you need to know. Let me pull my camera down just a little bit further. Okay, that should be good. Okay, the couple of things that you need to know are if you use too much medium, and the medium is ink in this instance, then it will go under your stencil and it will spread out and you'll have blurry lines. And you know, that's not the worst thing in the world, but that's definitely not what your goal is. So what you want to do is start with the least amount of ink possible and peak. And the other thing is you want to try not to keep going over and over and over the same areas. So can you guys see right here? There we go, that's a little better. I think, I've said this 1,000,000 times, but there's new people getting on here every day. These comments right here, if they're bugging you, you can swipe them with your finger or with the mouse, either left or right or up and down, and they should disappear. And then if you want them back, just swipe the opposite direction. Okay. So, I'm gonna put some blobs of ink on here, but not right on the stencil, the cutouts, because I don't want it to be soaking in while I'm getting started. So I'm just looking to see, does it look like I got every little bit of this bee? And so far it does. Normally I'm not too much of a perfectionist, but here's the thing, when I'm making stuff to give away, I don't want there to be a whole bunch of mistakes on it. Do you guys know what I mean? Like this pot holder or oven mitt, I'll show you in a few minutes. It had a not good mistake on it, but I fixed it. Okay. I'm getting there, and I'm just gonna pull up these big globs and look. And I'm trying not to go over each area more than about once, unless I missed something. And let's peek. Oh, it looks good so far. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. And I don't see any areas that I missed. Yay! Okay. Now let me try to get this into my tub of water over here without folding itself back over the top of itself again. I'm just pushing that bee area under the water so that it can soak while it's waiting for me to go to the kitchen sink and get it cleaned off. Excuse me. Okay, so this is what our little bee looks like. Isn't that awesome? And here's the surprise. I took the bee, I don't want to mess this up. I took the bee from the Sunshine stencil set. That's the one with the sunflower that says, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. There's an awesome sunflower, there's the words, and then there's a bee. And these two bees are almost the same style. And so I think it turned out adorable. So it has a bee on the top and a bee on the pocket. And let's just hang this up right here to dry. Okay, so that turned out great. Let's do a tea towel. And we're gonna do kind of a funny stencil. I've used it before a few times, and I think it's hilarious. And obviously I've used it quite a few times because it looks terrible. It says, I really don't see the point of cleaning if my family is going to keep living here. And there's this old-fashioned, funny little lady that looks like she's from the 1920s, and she has a feather duster in her hand. Super cute. So, this is one of the tea towels that I purchased at Home Goods. I think this one was in the set with the apron. I can't remember for sure. I'm trying to remember so I can identify which is the top and which is the bottom. And the top always is going to have the hook. I'll cut that tag off when it's all finished. And then I want to make sure that I'm on the front of the tea towel. And believe it or not, I have actually stenciled the wrong side. I have an example over here that I'll show you in just a minute. So even people that have a lot of experience stenciling or whatever, we still make goofs. Okay, so my paper towel is under this. This is a pretty loose weave, so it is definitely going to bleed under, and maybe I need 2 layers. I think that might be a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. And in case you're wondering, hey, she forgot to fuzz this, because it's a green stencil and we fuzz the green ones. First of all, this stencil is older. I've used it quite a few times. Second, you don't need to fuzz a stencil to use on fabric, because if I fuzzed it on my shirt or my jeans or fuzzing towel, that is fabric too. So you can just go directly onto fabric when without fuzzing. This is so cute. This stencil has a lot of detail, and when I'm done, I'll show you the example mistake that I made that's over here. I did that yesterday. I was so bummed. I don't know. I was just not thinking. Anyways, oh, thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. I forgot to say anything. Hey, how's everyone doing? Are you having a good day? I hope so. It's still rainy in Atlanta, so this yellow theme is really making me be in a better mood. I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we probably won't do yellow for a third day in a row. So, as you're hopping on, tell me where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Feel free to sprinkle. Yeah, all that basic stuff. Okay. So we're using ink again. After this and the apron and the oven mitt, when they're all dry, I will heat set them with a hot iron for 2 or 3 minutes. Set on cotton, no steam for, I don't know, 3.5 minutes, both sides, and then it'll be permanent. You can wash it and everything. So I don't really want to make sure I don't, you know, I'm just going to go direct out of my pot onto my squeegee because I don't want to put too much ink down right at the very start. So I'm going to try to use the least amount of ink possible, and I'm not going to keep going over and over and over this. I'm just looking closely to see if I'm hitting all the areas that have holes in the stencil. This lady's hairdo was so funny. Okay, we're almost there. All right, Heidi, stop. Don't keep going over it. And let's peek. All right, so this is what it looks like. Ooh, it has gone through a good bit, so I'm glad I have that towel there. Just gonna pull it up. Try not to get the ink on my fingers. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Adorable. This is gonna go in a blessing box too at some point. And I might have to get another tea towel so I can do one for each blessing box, but let me show you what it looks like. This out of the way. Come close. Look how super cute that is. Isn't that adorable? And you can see that the lines from the words are not super fat because I was very careful not to use too much ink on it. And I moved, you know, deliberately looking to see what I was doing. And, okay, now Heidi, don't mess this up while it's drying, please. Just bring it down over here. Okay, and then this is the one that I goofed on yesterday. Okay, here's our same adorable little lady, but guess where she is? Not only is she on the wrong side, not the front of the tea towel, you can see the hem, but also I put her at the top where this little hanger thing is. So I don't know what I was doing, but I really messed it up. But that stencil is super cute. So I'll probably just keep this one for my house, and I'll cut off that loop, and you know, maybe we'll not notice it, but yeah, I goofed on that one. Okay, let's do the oven mitts. Let me show you the one that I did before I came live, and I'll show you the oops and how I fixed it. Okay, this is it. I used the Be Kind quads. This says Sweet Bee. Okay, and then I got a blob of ink right here. Darn it. So I just took an extra second to use that same bee stencil right there, and I covered it up. And I think it's super duper cute. What do you guys think? So I'll have 2 of these oven mitts that'll go in blessing boxes, not this time, because I'm gonna draw on Friday. And I'll probably make a separate video this afternoon to show you what I've added to those blessing boxes. But it'll go in the one right after. And I do these about every 2 weeks or 10 days. I do a box because it blesses me more than it blesses anyone else. Okay, so isn't that cute? Yes, it is. It's adorable. So I want to do another one on this other pot holder. And I was thinking about using this stencil. The Be Kind quads, the Be Kind quads come with 3 different designs, and they look yucky because I like them and I've used them. This is the one that's on the pot holder that I just showed you. It says Sweet Bee, and then this one says Be Kind. This one says Hello, Honey. And then this one says Let It Be. So I thought we would use this one. So these are called Be Kind quads. And you guys, I did pin a link right down here if you want to go look. I pinned it to the page that has all of the Magnolia stencils, and they're in alphabetical order. So like the Victorian stencil is back. Finally, oh my gosh, that's the one that I used to make so many different things like lemons and carrots and all kinds of things. Anyway, so you would go almost all the way down to the bottom to V to find that one. But this one's called Be Kind. It's towards the top. Okay, so I need to figure out, I think most people are right-handed. So I want the stencil to be on the top, not on the part that they'll be grabbing the hot pan with. Does that make sense? And also where they can see it. So let's just take this off. And of course I've labeled these. Fiddle around with where we want it to be. I like it a little bit higher up, so it's like on this one here, just in case you want to do oven mitts, I guess is what these are called, at some future point, just to think about placement. I like them more up here on the wrist than so much down here on the fingers. Do you guys see why? Except if you make a oops, then you can put a little bee there. But I didn't stencil this side. I suppose you could, but this is the side that will come into contact with your hot dishes or whatever you might be taking out of the oven. Okay, and this is not completely flat because it's heavy duty quilting. So I'm gonna have to really pay attention and really make sure that I don't use too much ink. We're using this Magnolia ink again. The inks have white caps, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna get a new squeegee. I think I'm just gonna dip directly into my pot. Sometimes that's easier. So, I need my glasses. So what do you guys think about all this bee themed stuff? It's pretty cute, don't you think? Paying attention to get the main parts. And oh, this has a really cute little line at the bottom of it too that you probably couldn't see when I held it up. So I know, let me tell you this one thing. I know that all of us probably would like our stencils to stay pristine and pretty, but if you use them, they're not going to. And the good thing is, people are not admiring your stencils. They're admiring your projects. So as long as you clean them quickly and store them properly, it doesn't matter if they look gunky or not. In fact, the more gunky and yucky they are, the more it shows that you like them. Just peeking from the bottom. This is so dang cute. These hot pads, all of the tea towels that I've used today and yesterday, and the apron, oh, it's adorable, all came from Home Goods. In the tea towel section, just wiping my hands off. And I got a set that had, I think it had the apron, 2 of these hot pads, 3 or 4 tea towels for $16.99, I think is what one of those sets was. So they're super affordable. And look how cute they turned out. Here's the Let It Be. Do you see those little lines I was talking about on the bottom? And then here's the Sweet Bee. Yeah, I love these. You could use these stencils on a lot of different projects too, not just tea towels and stuff. But anyways, that is pretty much what I wanted to show you today. I'll put this on. You can see the little pocket down here that has my bee at the bottom. Yeah, I think everything turned out pretty cute. If you have any questions about anything, you want to know more about, where's the other tea? Oh, I'm not going to pick up the other tea towel because I don't want to mess it up. You have questions about stenciling or anything else about what supplies you would need, anything like that, just tell me in the comments and I'll be glad to get you the answers. If you want a direct link to something, let me know that too, and I can whip that out to you in about 2 seconds. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna go into my family room and sit down and look at all your comments. We'll get you answers ASAP. The bee projects are adorable. They are, aren't they? I don't know, I love bees, not in person. Hey, this is another bee project I'm looking at right now. Let me just show you. This is the same queen bee. And I don't know, maybe you saw this or maybe you didn't. But it's 3-dimensional. I stuffed the bee and the crown. And this is just canvas, duck cloth from Walmart. So, like I said, which way should I go? There's just so many things that you can do with bees. And anyways, I will give you just a second in case you want to like this post or do a heart or a thumb or ask questions. I'm going to let it roll for just a second. Oh, here's another project. Let me show you this one too. I must really like this stencil set. This is what the full set looks like that has this little bee that I put right here. Can you guys see that? It has the sunflower, and then it has the words, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine, and then it has that little bee. So, yeah, that's just one more thing that you could do with that stencil set. Alrighty, take 2 seconds if you want to see what's going on for the rest of the week, or you want to see what's in the blessing boxes that I'll show this afternoon because I've added to them. Take just a couple seconds to double check and make sure that you've liked and followed DiyDreaming, and that you've maybe liked this post or done the little heart or the thumb thing, and that you have your notifications turned on to not just highlights. All those things seem to help somewhat with the mysterious Facebook algorithms. which I don't even pretend to understand, but you can always find me here on Facebook just by typing in DIY Dreaming in the search bar. And you can always watch any video you want, as long as Facebook is still a thing and they keep the videos there, you know, for forever. And I have about 300 or 400 videos stored here. So feel free to take a peek at that, and I will see you guys in just a little while with the blessing boxes. I'm just standing here for 2 seconds looking at all the comments, and you guys are so kind to me. I so appreciate you. I loved the comment that when there isn't sunshine in Atlanta, that we can remember the sun, S-O-N, as in Jesus Christ, is shining. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.